Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today is the second Friday of the month, which means it's time for a YouTube monthly scrapbook sketch hop. Here's a look at all the creators that are participating, and these are my friends who I think are the most talented creators on YouTube. I will have a playlist linked down below in the description box, as well as links to their individual YouTube channels, so be sure to check them out and give them a follow. All right, let's go ahead and jump into today's layout. Now, the sketch provided today was provided by Jessica Dispensky, and this is from the Scrapbooking Cards Today Spring, I believe, magazine. And this is a page map sketch, and it's a double page sketch, which I love. And she gave us the theme of outdoors. So I think I have the perfect photos for outdoors. Let me bring those in so that I can show them to you. I have them printed here, and I printed them exactly the sizes that the sketch shows. So these are photos of my daughter's softball tournament, and this complex is so cool. It was raining this weekend, and we were actually up in the stands, and it was all covered, so it was perfect. There's my daughter on the mound. She was the starting pitcher, and I was so proud of her. She pitched amazing. She pitched the first 3 innings, and it was a complete shutout. She had 5 strikeouts. She just did so good. And then these are some photos. There was a man there, and he was taking some photos, and I asked him what if he was like a team photographer, and he said that he was taking photos, and he asked my daughter's number and said he'd grab a few. So his name was Lucas Whitaker, and he gave me these photos. So I thought that was awesome to have some professional photos to attach. Now here's the paper that I want to use, and I was dying to use this. This is the Simple Stories softball collection. And then I've got here these Simple Stories bits and pieces here. This goes along with the collection, and I purchased this right when it came out, which it hasn't been out very long, and I've just been dying to use it. I actually purchased an extra sticker sheet as well, and these has really cool stickers on it. I love the little wordy bits at the bottom, like the softball life and love this game, baller, game day, teamwork, just all the things. And so I'm really excited to use this whole collection with the photos that I have. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to bring in some Shimmers paints. This is a Vibes in the color Mustard Seed. So I've cut this piece down, and this is what I want to map my photos on. So this piece I've cut to 8.5 by 4 1/8, and I'm just spraying a little bit of the Shimmers paints on here, and I think it matches that softball yellow just perfectly. Now I am on the Shimmers Paints design team, so if you ever place an order on the Shimmers Paints website, you can add my name, Melissa Minor, to the comments section, and Shimmers will add a free paint to your order. And I really appreciate when you either shop my links or use my name like that, as that helps support me on my YouTube channel. All right, so I'm bringing in a little edge distresser here because I want to distress the edges. I love that distressed look. And so I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's lots of shimmer and shine in this. So I have my photos matted here, and I've got a little space here, and that's where I'm going to add some stickers. So following the sketch, I've cut these papers down. So the striped paper is cut to 9 by 10, and then this softball paper, I've cut it to 8 by 8 1/4. And I want to go ahead and add my 2 photos that are printed 4 by 6. Now I do print all my photos at home. I have the Epson PictureMate 400, and I absolutely love it. I can't recommend a photo printer enough. It is just perfect for being able to just print my photos as I need them for my scrapbook layouts. So it's really easy to use too. So I've got these 2 awesome photos of Tatum. So I'm just gonna, exactly like the sketch shows, just kind of put them at an angle. And I'm gonna go ahead and get these glued down. Now I did distress the edges of these papers as well off camera. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to stray from the sketch, and I don't. I really like the sketch, so I want to put this down. Now I've been doing a lot of 1-page layouts, and it seems like it's been forever since I did a 2-page layout. So I'm really excited for the sketch that Jessica chose today because it pushes me a little bit out of my comfort zone. All right, this is another pattern paper in the softball collection from Simple Stories. And this heart paper I've cut to 6 by 12. And then this black paper here, I've cut this to 8 3/4 by 6. Now on the sketch, it shows it maybe kind of connects to the other page a little bit, like maybe 1/4 of an inch, but I didn't cut that little piece. I like it like this. So I'm using some adhesive here. This is the dot roller from scrapbook.com. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and get my photos adhered down. Again, I distressed all the edges. So here is the gist of the sketch. And now we get to do just the fun part of jazzing it up with all the cool bits and pieces of ephemera. Now I really like this little strip right here. And so following along with the sketch, there is a strip. Now I don't have enough to go all the way across on both pages, so I want to split this up. So I'm going to use this piece here, this softball title, and I want to extend it over some so that I can cut this little softball strip enough to go across 2 pages. So this one on the left side, I'm going to cut to 4 1/2, and this is like a 1/2 inch strip. And then this other piece, I'm just going to use what's left over on this other side. And let me see how long that one is. I think it's just, let me measure it. It's about 2 1/2. It looks like it's about 2 1/2 inches. And then I'm just going to dovetail the ends. So I just snip in the center and then snip from the corner to the center and then the corner to the center. So I am going to distress the edges of those 2 strips as well. And I added some foam tape to the back of the word softball just to pop it up a little bit. I didn't put a whole lot of foam tape on here, but just enough to give it a little dimension. And I really, really like the way that that title looks there. So the sketch did show a title over on this right-hand side, but maybe like a smaller title. And I like the look of the larger title. So here I can't find, I just set my edge distresser tool down and I can't find it. So good thing I have 2. I don't know if any of you are like that, but I have about 6 pairs of scissors next to me. I always set them down and I can't find them. And the same thing with the edge distressing tool. I have a couple in several different brands that I use because it seems like I use it and then set it down and then I can't find it on my desk. So here we go. I'm going to distress this one as well and we'll get it glued down. And I'm going to overlap it a little bit onto that black pattern paper. And I think that looks really cool. All right. So I like it. I'm really liking the way this is turning out. All right, so using more of the ephemera. Now there's also a sticker. You could use the sticker as well, but I like the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and stick the bat down here. And then there's this little title piece that says, "Let's play softball." So I'm going to add a few of these foam pieces here to the back. And I want to overlap this on top of the bat. So we'll go ahead and peel off the release papers here and we'll make a little cluster to the bottom left of this photo, kind of overlapping the photo, overlapping the bat, and I think that just ties it all in together. So that looks really nice. Okay, and then I have this piece of ephemera sitting here, and this was like the glove with the softball in it. And again, I want to bring in some foam, so I'll add some foam to the back. I believe the foam I'm using here is from Stampin' Up, and I love this foam. And there's several different Stampin' Up demonstrators that are in this YouTube hop, so I'm sure you could check out their information to pick up this foam. It's just like the perfect like dimension. It just adds a little bit, not too much. Like you can't even really tell that it has foam on the back. And I love that because I don't want my albums to get too thick. I like to save my thicker pages for the ones that I add the flowers on. All right, so that looks good there with the glove. And then this is cool. This is from the sticker sheet. And this says, "Diamonds are a girl's best friend." So I'm going to make a little cluster up here to the upper right of this photo. Bringing in the sticker sheet, I'm looking through the stickers, trying to decide which ones I want to use. And on the sketch, it shows a bunch of journaling over to the right-hand side of my photo, but I think I want to use the stickers, like the word stickers. Before I do that, I want to add some stars. There's some stars that came in the kit. So I want to add some stars down, and I'll add one of the red, one of the black, and then one of the blue. And if your daughter's softball isn't the same, like isn't this blue color, it's okay. You can still use this kit. I've seen it in several different designs used for lots of different colors of uniforms. I just happened to luck out because my daughter's softball colors are that blue color that matches just perfectly. So I'll get some, I'm going to repeat. I like repeating elements. So since I did a blue, a black, and a red star on the left, I'm going to repeat that to the right-hand side of the page. There's several little softball stickers that are included, so I want to end up putting some of those around the page, but I'm going to set this to the side. I'm not sure where I would like to place this yet. So looking at my page, I did find another sticker, and this one says, "Boys, whatever, softball is forever." So I thought that was really cool to add in this little spot. And then there's these little softball bats with the ball, and I think that just completes that cluster right there. So that looks good. Okay, so here is where I want to start using the wordy bits. So I love wordy bits, and I wanted to use a lot of them because I really liked these. So I'm going to add these over here where the sketch showed journaling, and I'm going to put my journaling in a different spot. So the top one says, "Hustle, hit, never quit." Then the blue is "Play ball." Then I have "Love this game." Now I'm going to add "baller," and I'm kind of going in a pattern here. I've got red, blue, white, red, blue, white, red, and then I'll finish with white. So I've got baller, and now the blue says "game day." Aren't these really cool? And then I'm going to add teamwork. So there's that one. And then looking through here through the stickers, and I've loved this one, but I do think I want to space it out. This one says, "Life is better on the field." And then the last one I'm going to add is a red one here, and it says, "The softball life." So I love that, and I think it's a good way to use the stickers. I found another sticker here that says "Play ball," and it has a banner. So that adds just another banner element over to the right-hand page. This cute sticker is a softball, like with the movement, and since she pitched that opening game on both days, I loved that. Found another sticker here to add that says, "The harder the win, the sweeter the victory." And we went into extra innings. I don't know what you call it, like double extra innings. And then it finally got rained out. But we ended up we were seated second going into bracket play, and we beat the first place team. So although it's unofficial, I'm saying that we got first place. But this was a lot of fun, this tournament. I'm adding some splatters of the mustard seed, and these have just that little bit of sparkle. And again, it matches the same color of the softball. So if you're looking for a good softball color, this is Shimmer's Mustard Seed Vibes. I added a few sequins, and now I print my journaling on Avery clear labels. So I just go into a Word doc or a Pages doc on my MacBook and type it up into a text box. I measured the space that I needed over for the right-hand page, printed it out, and now I'm cutting it down to size. You want to let it dry for just a moment because if you don't, the words could smear. So now I've let it dry, and this is super sticky. So I'm adding it here to the right-hand side. It says Banana Bash Tournament, St. Peters, Missouri, March 29th and 30th. We are so proud of you, Tatum. Tatum pitched in game 1 and had a 3-inning shutout with 5 strikeouts. The score ended up being, it was 10-0. And then another pitcher came in for inning 4, the final score being 13-1. So it was a really fun game. So you can see here, I'm just pressing it down, burnishing it in, and there is a great way to add your journaling all typed because I had a big story to tell, right? So here's a look at the final pages. I hope you will give this video a thumbs up. If you don't already follow me, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. Be sure to check out all the other participants that are hopping today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!